background noise. You probably hear a bunch of things, or maybe you don't, I'm not sure. But we are starting work on our deck today. I'm so excited. We will have a deck for spring and summer. It will be so exciting. And so anyway, we just got back. I was at McDonald's with my friend. We take our kids there and let them play in the play place for a couple of hours because it's like a park, you know, in the winter when it's not freezing. It was freezing outside today, and she homeschools her kids as well, so it's fun. We get together and do that every once in a while. Anyway, so I am back now and I want to start organizing my kitchen. And I just feel like it has not been completely the way that I want it yet. And I don't know, I feel like you always, you know, reorganize things. So I have a spice drawer, but it's not working out the way I want it to, because when I designed the kitchen, I said I wanted these drawers, and I specifically wanted a spice drawer, and I was like, oh, is this gonna be the right size to fit my spices? And she said yes, but I don't think she knew what I was talking about, and maybe I wasn't specific, I don't know. But my spice drawer is not on the top shelf. It just doesn't fit there. It fits the way I want it to on the third drawer, not shelf, drawer. And I didn't know if I wanted to, you know, have it on the third drawer. So I'm gonna try something different, and I got these from Aldi. I don't remember how much they were, but they came in a 2-pack. So I got 2 packs, so I have 4. So we're going to try putting it in one of the cabinets, and we're gonna see if I like that better. If I don't like it better, then I'm gonna put it back in the drawer, put it on that third drawer, and just work with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is just show you how messy the cabinets are. As you can see, there's no organization. That one had canned goods in it, and this one just has a bunch of random things. This one, you know, they're all random, and it didn't even have anything on the top shelf. So I'm trying to get in here, take everything out, and make sure I'm utilizing all of the space and not just wasting it by stuffing random things in places. So first I'm just going to start with the spice drawer, just because it was messy and I couldn't wait to see how it was going to turn out in a new setup. And so I took everything out. You could see that it totally wasn't working because there was just so many spices that would open up and spill, and I didn't want to waste spices if I just kept doing it this way. So that's why I definitely needed to change what I was doing. I'm just going to take my vacuum and vacuum all of this up, and then we'll wipe it down. So I'm going to move my spices into this cabinet. So I needed to clean everything out, and I just thought it would be easier here because my other cabinet is where I wanted to keep all of my plates and dishes, and then the corner cabinet is just so hard to organize. I didn't even want to try to put the spices in there. So I thought this one would be perfect size, and just not being used for anything good anyway. So now I'm just going to refill any of the spices or things that need to be refilled. My baking soda was almost gone and the baking powder, so we're just going to get that filled up. That way it is all ready to go. So I love sprinkles, like I'm just a big sprinkle fan, but I also don't like to have artificial dyes. I try to stay away from them as much as possible, and so all of the sprinkles that I have are artificial dye free, which is really nice. A lot of them I have here. These colored sugar and a few other ones are from Whole Foods, and then the other ones that I have are from Amazon. I just order them, and they're all so fun, and there are a lot of dye-free options now, which is really nice. When I first started being dye-free, oh, what was it, like 7 years ago, there weren't as many options, so it's definitely a lot easier now. This is how the spice cabinet turned out. I love it so much. I feel like it is a lot easier than the drawer as of right now. So right now I really love how it turned out. And I love this little baking section I have right here. I'm also going to try to combine the next two shelves and make it all kind of make sense. So I'm just going to clear everything off of here. And I have these canned pears, and they are just so pretty. I love how they look, and I'm just going to take those down in the basement where I've been keeping a lot of my canned goods. So that'll make it a lot easier to store everything. But before I go and finish that cabinet, I'm going to just take everything out. I just wanted to finish taking all of the stuff out of these drawers, and this is all my utensils. I did end up getting rid of a few, but I do use most of them. I just needed to get a little bit of organization in these drawers. I can't believe Valentine's Day is next week already. It's just so crazy, and I feel like the day after Valentine's Day, I want to take all of the decor down and then leave it down for maybe like a day or two, and then I will decorate for Easter because Easter is at the end of March. It comes early this year, and I want to be able to enjoy all of my Easter decor for a good long time because I love it so much. It's some of my favorite decor. I love all of the bunnies and I love the eggs and just the pastel colors. Everything is just so pretty. So I definitely want to enjoy it. And it's my first time decorating this house for Easter. I got these cute jars from Big Lots, and I love how they look just like my spice jars, but they're bigger. And I think they sell them on Amazon too, but I thought these are the perfect size to store all of my chocolate chips. And I got this huge bag of peanut butter chocolate chips at a discount store for like less than $3, so I couldn't pass that up, and they are so delicious. There's this chocolate chip cookie recipe on the back, and it's our new favorite. So as you can see, I definitely needed a better storage solution for my cookie cutters. They were just in like a Ziploc bag and it wasn't very great. So I got these clear bins. I think these are actually from Dollar General. They only had 2, and when I went back to see if they had more, they didn't have any more. But I also got some from Walmart as well. So, you know, they sell them different places. I just love how this cabinet turned out. Eventually, I would like to move all of the chocolate chips and things like that into our pantry once we get the permanent shelves in there, because it would look really cute in there. I also added a couple more jars of dark chocolate chips and mini chocolate chips since I did this video. But here I am just showing you what I got for some organization. That first thing was for all of my Tupperware. The other one was for cookie sheets, and this is for pots and pans. And it was such a game changer. This right here is so cool. I even had compliments on it already, but it is just the perfect thing. It keeps your lids from falling around everywhere, and you can store your Tupperware in alongside of it. It's just perfect. I may eventually even get one more if I need, but right now this one is working out perfect. I also wanted to mention that you are going to see my outfit change a few times. I could not film all of it in one day just because we had a lot of things going on. So I just decided to film when I could and get things done, and it worked out that way. Like this clip right here, it was actually like a Sunday night, and I just wanted to get a few things put together. Or this was Sunday afternoon, and then at some point it was Sunday night. So, you know, it's just filming when you can, and it's realistic. And I feel like if I would make it so I could do all of my filming in one day, it just wouldn't be realistic for me, and I wouldn't be able to get the videos out. So always do what works for you, and it's just going to work out way better. This organizer is such a game changer. It really is so handy. I love how I can just store everything right there,
And anything that makes it so you can stack things is always amazing because it saves so much space. And then I did start by putting this in this cabinet, but then I decided to switch it into a different place, which you will see here. You can see how bad my cookie sheet and cutting board situation was. It was just stuffed into that little cabinet, which I thought would be really good. And I tried to take that one shelf out of that cabinet, but when they put in the outlet in the island, they kind of drilled a hole through the shelf and didn't make it so I could take it out, which I was a little bit annoyed about. So I'm gonna have to see if I can do something about that. So I just decided to move everything into this cabinet, and it works out because I do have a lot of bakeware and cutting boards, so it did work out great. I think my favorite thing is just being able to grab a cutting board and not having everything else fall over when you grab it. It's just, it makes things way easier this way. So I'm so happy with how that turned out. But you can see how messy this cabinet is. And there are just things like my homemade, like that's fermented honey garlic and stuff like that. And then you can see my containers. So just had to get some of those things out. Now I'm just going to wipe down this cabinet. Okay, so this cabinet is really hard to film just because of the angle and how big it is. So when we built our house and we were picking our kitchen cabinets, what they would normally do right here would be like a Lazy Susan. It would be a corner cabinet, but I didn't want that. I wanted these drawers here, and I just don't like organizing Lazy Susans. I feel like they are so, they can be so tricky. And so in our old home, we had a cabinet like this. We had one Lazy Susan and then one cabinet that was just really big like this. And I was like, you know what? I would rather one like this. And so I want to put a few things in here that I don't reach for every day, or have it organized in such a way that it's easy to get to. And I'm so confused on what I want to do. I also am going to change something. So in here I have my pots and pans, and then I put my Tupperware and stuff like this. But I think I'm gonna move this into another spot because I forgot about a few things, like this really big pot. I don't use this very often, but it is very handy when making like a big soup or even like stuffing, things like that. So I don't know yet. So we're going to change a couple things around. We're gonna move that. This is so handy. Absolutely love it. I even have a few more inserts if I needed another place for some lids, but I love this so far. I end up taking that big stock pot and the wok down into the basement because we did recently get some shelves from Costco, and we are keeping things that we don't use every day. Like we have a couple coffee pots and I keep those down there, my Nespresso, because I have my new espresso maker that I don't need it, but I'm not sure what I want to do with that yet. I don't want to get rid of it just yet. So we're keeping that down there and all of my canning supplies. So I thought it would be perfect to have this big pot down there because I do use it when I can, like when I make a big thing of jelly or salsa or, you know, just anything like that is so handy, but I don't need it all the time. So I do end up moving that, and what I do end up doing is I just keep just the Ninja Foodi in here, and it works out perfectly. There's enough room, and I just love it. It makes getting it out so much easier. And then I decided for this corner cabinet, what I was going to do is keep mostly just kind of like, I don't know what you want to call it, appliances. I keep my griddle, toaster, panini maker, waffle maker, and a few things like that in here, and I just love how it turned out. But this is where I used to keep the toaster. These two drawers were my favorite. They're so big and I love them so much, but I was always like, I don't know, I didn't want to commit to putting anything in it because I loved them and I wanted the perfect thing. So what I decided on right now is this is going to be like our tumbler drawer. And it's where we keep all of these types of cups, all of our Stanleys and all of the other kinds, and to-go cups, and it is working out perfectly. When my kids saw it, they were so excited, and it just makes it a lot easier. These little covers are perfect. I got them from Walmart on like clearance. It's Pioneer Woman brand, but it's really nice for any of those like containers that you have that either you're missing a lid or maybe it's just a little bit too full to put the lid on. You can just stick that over the top and you don't have to use plastic wrap, and they're just really handy and you can wash them. So I love that. And now we're just going to work on this cabinet. I love how this cabinet turned out as well. This is where I keep a lot of things. Like I have my chopper and my KitchenAid, like I have a shredder for my KitchenAid that I can use for cheese, and that is a French fry maker. I like to keep my attachments that are sharp for my Ninja blender and things like that. I like to keep them up on a shelf because I just don't want any kids to get in there and cut themselves because it is so sharp. I mean, I've cut myself on it and I just don't want anyone else to, because if you have anything Ninja, you know they are super sharp. I love how this turned out. It's made everything so much easier. Unloading the dishwasher and just putting the clean dishes away is just so much easier now that everything is organized and everything has a place. So I definitely recommend, if you need to organize your kitchen, just do it. It's going to take some time. It's going to be messy, but it is so worth it in the end. And that is going to be all for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, I would love if you could subscribe. And I have been enjoying just organizing all of these spaces with you guys. I don't know what's going to be next, but there is definitely going to be more. So stay tuned for that. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!